Good evening and welcome to the Twiggs County Board of Education meeting. I want to thank all of you who are in person and also our online community and stakeholders for joining us this evening. It is now my pleasure to call the Twiggs County Board of Education meeting to order. Today is Tuesday, June 25th, 2024, and the time is 6:03. Let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and we'll pause for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda for Tuesday, June 25th, 2024.
I move the motion to approve tonight's agenda. Second.
All right, which one of y'all was first? She was. Okay, the question is on the adoption of the motion to approve the agenda for Tuesday, June 25th, 2024. The motion has been properly made by Ms. Blackshear and second by Ms. King. Okay, the question is on the adoption of the motion to approve the agenda for Tuesday, June 25th, 2024. All in favor, raise your hand. Okay, the motion passes unanimously. Ms. Blackshear, you ready with the ethics statement?
Yeah, we got the minutes, approval of the minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Y'all ain't here today. Okay. The minutes for Tuesday, June the 11th, 2024 work session you had an opportunity to look at it earlier. Are there any questions or corrections, to the minutes? If there are no corrections, then the minutes are approved as distributed. Ms. Blackshear.
Thank you. In accordance with regulations set forth by the Georgia Ethics Commission, it is the duty of every board member to avoid both conflict and conflict of interest. Does any board member have any known conflict of interest scheduled before us or appearing on our proposed agenda? Seeing none, Mr. Chair, we will proceed with our agenda.
Thank you, Ms. Blackshear. At this time, do we have any comments from the board members? Any remarks? If not, Superintendent, we turn it over to you for your remarks.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair, Mr. Vice Chair, board members. We're glad to see Ms. Stokes back with us on tonight as well. Ms. Stokes, you've definitely been missed. We're glad to see you out with us in the board meeting. To all of our constituents who are with us in person and those who are joining us virtually, we do have a few announcements we want to bring to your attention. We want to make sure everybody puts on their calendar the date for open house. It's going to be on Saturday, August the 3rd, and it will be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and that will be at Jeffersonville Elementary School and Twiggs County Middle and Twiggs County High School. So we want to make sure you put that on your calendar early so that your families can come out, meet the children's teachers, walk the halls, see where their classrooms are, probably even get a chance to practice going into the lockers with the children at the middle and the high school. So please mark your calendars Saturday, August the 3rd for open house. And first day of school will be that following Monday, August the 5th. And all of those who are riding buses will soon be getting bus routes and times. So those things will be coming in the next few weeks. And we want to just remind everyone that the district office will be closed this Friday, and will be closed the entire first week of July for the 4th of July week celebration. But we will be open Monday through Friday in the month of July and ongoing for the remainder of the school year. Mr. Chair, that concludes my announcements for tonight.
Mr. Sackers, you have some introductions for us tonight?
I'm just going to hold it. How about that? Good evening, Board Chair Karstafen, Vice Chair Rouse, board members, Dr. Bullard, our superintendent, and to all of those that have joined us tonight, we thank you for joining us. And for those of you that are online, thank you for joining us online. I'd like to take a few minutes to announce and congratulate some of our new leaders that we have with us this evening that will be starting the new year. But before I do, I would like to mention that our vision is generating excellence, one team, one goal, and our mission is to inspire, challenge, and prepare all students to compete globally. Now, as we were choosing our new leaders, we kept our strategic goals in mind, and so those are number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Number 2 is excellence ahead, academics, facilities, and opportunities, doing things the Twiggs way, growing and sustaining our village, and number 5, a premier people-first organization. So with that said, I would now like to start by introducing our very own Miss Real. Miss Jenkins has a bachelor's degree from Valdosta State University, an MBA from University of Phoenix, and a specialist degree from National Louis University. She has 19 years of experience in education in Georgia and Florida, and she has been an assistant principal and principal at Jeffersonville Elementary. And prior to that, she was the academic coach at Twiggs County Middle High School. So let's give Miss Jenkins a round of applause. Now pose for the camera. Now I'd like for you to stay and help me welcome Mr. Antonio Ingram. Mr. Ingram comes to us most recently from Baldwin County, where he has been a principal, assistant principal, and director. Mr. Ingram has 27 years experience in education. He has a bachelor's, a master's, and a specialist degree from Georgia College and State University. He has taught high school history in Baldwin and Bibb, and he's also been a principal and assistant principal in Baldwin and Bibb. So congratulations, welcome to Twiggs County. We are glad you're here. And pose for the camera. Now let's get one of them together. Thank you. Thank you both. Now I would like to introduce someone who has been with us for 2 years. Mr. Davis, come on up. Mr. Mark Davis is our newly appointed principal at Jeffersonville Elementary School. Mr. Davis has a bachelor's degree from Piedmont University. He has a master's degree from Columbus State University. He has 26 years in education in Georgia. And let me tell y'all, he has taught every grade level in the elementary school. He's taught every grade level. He has been in Lumpkin, Thomaston, Upson, Lamar, Pike. He's been in several private schools, and now we are glad to have him in Twiggs. He taught 5th grade science here for us the past 2 years, and so we are excited to have him join us. He's been an assistant principal and a principal in Lamar County and Pike County, and then he's been headmaster at Westwood and Skipstone Academy. So we are thankful to have him this year, and we're glad to have him as our principal. And finally, last but not least, Mr. Wilcher, come on up. We all know Mr. Wilcher, and we're so glad to have him as our assistant principal of Jeffersonville Elementary this year. Mr. Wilcher has a bachelor's degree from Valdosta State University, and he has his master's and specialist degree from Fort Valley State in school counseling and leadership. He has 13 years of experience in education in Georgia. He started as a CIS, Community and Schools Coordinator, and Outreach Coordinator in Lawrence County and Dublin City Schools, and then he came to Twiggs County. He's been an administrative assistant and school counselor, and now he gets to add assistant principal to those jobs. So congratulations, Mr. Wilcher. And now let's get one of him by himself. You did? Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia.
I'm certainly looking forward to what this year is going to bring. At this time, we're going to move into our business agenda. And Dr. Bullock, you have some district requests?
Yes, sir. Board Chair, Vice Chair, board members, we do have a field trip that you have already previously approved, but we do have a set of fundraisers that we request your approval on tonight. These field trip and fundraisers do as well support our vision, which is generating excellence, one team, one goal, and our mission to inspire, to challenge, and to prepare all of our students to compete globally. You pre-approved for our high school varsities basketball team to have a team building opportunity with their coach to travel to Warner Robins, to Sonics this summer, and they thank you for that opportunity. And the cheerleading coach is asking your permission to approve a set of fundraisers so that they can begin their cheer season and getting the supplies that they need. They'd like to get your approval to have a banner sponsorship and a cheer cap, and that's from the 24th through the 28th of June. They'll raise that money in order to use the money for the cheer program uniforms and other needed items that they need. And they'd also like to have your permission to have an ongoing fundraiser starting the Wednesday, the 26th of June through the end of July, and that's called Fill My Bow. And they'll, again, utilize any of those funds. They'll use those to purchase things for the cheer programs and uniforms for the cheerleaders on this year. We'd like to get your approval on these fundraisers so that the cheerleading program can start off strong.
Okay, I'll now entertain a motion to approve the superintendent's list of fundraisers.
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, the motion to approve the fundraisers has been properly made by Ms. Stokes and second by Mr. Rouse. Is there any discussion? The question is on the adoption to approve the fundraiser request. All in favor, raise your hand. The motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Mr. Austin?
Good evening, Board Chair, Karstafen, Vice Chair Rouse, Board members, Dr. Bullock, constituents in person and virtually. It is time for us to approve our FY25 budget. We have expended and exhausted our budget calendar. Up until this point, we had our budget hearing at 5:30, our second budget hearing, and it's to the point now to where we're looking for board approval. Our budget process and our budget does align with our vision of generate excellence, one team, one goal, our mission to inspire, challenge, and prepare all students to compete globally. It supports all 5 of our strategic plan goals: learning the wellness for all, excellence ahead, doing things the Twist way, growing and staying in our village, and a premier people first organization. We've reviewed the budget for the past weeks and months, and we are presenting a balanced budget of $11.1 million with all funds that encumber and make up the operations of the district. At this time, Dr. Bullard will seek a recommendation for approval of FY25 budget if there's no questions, comments, or concerns.
Did you have any?
No questions.
Oh, okay. Okay, I will now entertain a motion to approve the FY25 budget.
I move to approve the FY25 budget.
Okay, thank you, Ms. King. Can I get a second? Okay, I'll second that motion. The motion to approve the FY25 budget has been properly made by Ms. King and second by myself, the board chair. Is there any discussion?
I just like to ask the question. That is a recommendation from the superintendent, right?
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? If there are no questions, the question is on the adoption of the motion to approve the FY25 budget. Those in favor, raise your hand. Did I get? Okay, then the motion passes with a vote of 4-1.
Is she abstaining?
Ms. Stokes, did you? No. Okay. The motion passes 4-1. Thank you, Mr. Stokes.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Grissom Stewart.
Good afternoon, Chair Karstoffen, Vice Chair Rouse, board members, Superintendent Dr. McBullard, all of our stakeholders listening virtually and in person. Good evening. It brings me great pleasure to share our Imagine Learning Edgenuity quote renewal. But before I can share that information with you, we are a district with a vision and a mission. Our vision is generating excellence, one team, one goal. And our mission is to inspire, challenge, and prepare all students to compete globally. This presentation is aligned to our strategic goals, 1, 2, and 4. Number 1 is learning and wellness for all. 2, excellence ahead, academics, facilities, and opportunities. And lastly, number 4, growing and sustaining our village. Just a quick review of Edgenuity Learning. Edgenuity courseware delivers self-paced content and curriculum in a variety of engaging formats with built-in assessments to keep students on track to earn their high school diplomas in an environment suited to their learning styles and needs. Imagine Learning offerings. There are 3 ways for courseware. It's credit recovery, initial credit, and honors. We primarily use the credit recovery and some parts of initial credit, and then honors is also an option. The good thing about Imagine Learning courseware in this renewal is there's a plethora of course offerings in ELA, math, science, and social studies, with the option for Georgia Milestones courses for our 6th through 8th grade students. When we also look at our core curriculum, we see world languages and advanced placement courses that students can also be assigned to. If you look at next, our career and technical education, courses are also provided in the software, and there is a great amount of those courses offered. So how do we use Edgenuity and Twigs? We use it primarily for credit recovery. We use it when we need to with our hospital homebound students, for summer school, with our Twigs Online Academy, through our virtual school, alternative education program, and there are other opportunities there to increase our usage. If you look at the usage for this year, we had 199 students enrolled. The number of enrollments, we enrolled 406 students in various courses. The number of enrollments with activity was 364. The number of enrollments with activities for the last 30 days was 135. Weekly active time in minutes was 165.1. And then weekly active time the last 30 days, as you know, we were in summer school, was 262.9. So we are using the courseware, and our goal this year is to even increase our usage. Our quote for Imagine Learning, we'll still get our same package as we've had in the past that addresses all of the courseware, along with additional offerings for social emotional learning. There are some courses there for that. But the total cost for our upcoming subscription is $42,060. The funding source is SPLOS, and this is an action item this evening. Are there any questions?
Questions? Okay, if there are no questions at this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the Imagine Learning Ingenuity Renewal. Can I get a motion to approve the?
I move that motion.
Okay, second.
Second.
Okay, the motion to approve the Imagine Learning Ingenuity Renewal has been properly made by Ms. Blackshear and second by Mr. Rouse. Are there any questions? Okay, the question is on the adoption of the motion to approve the Imagine Learning Ingenuity Renewal. All in favor, raise your hand. Those opposed? Okay, then the motion passes unanimous.
Thank you, board members.
Thank you. You still
Okay. So our next presentation is our literacy textbook adoption, Wonders McGraw-Hill. It will address kindergarten through 3rd grades. The mission and vision has been set along with the strategic goals from our previous presentation. So our textbook adoption is geared around the Georgia Early Literacy Act, House Bill 538. The House Bill 538, the Georgia Literacy Act, The bill aims to improve the quality of early reading instruction for kindergarten through third grade students. The bill requires the Twiggs County Public Schools to screen students in kindergarten through third grade on their reading proficiency 3 times a year. Students who are identified as falling behind in reading must receive an individual reading improvement plan within 30 days of being identified, followed by intensive reading intervention until they catch up. If you look at the pictures at the very bottom of that page, we took a team down to Lawrence County earlier before we exited this school year to look at those approved high-quality instructional materials. And so the team went down, we had an opportunity to look through those materials. And if you look on the next slide, you will see the approved quality instructional materials list. So when we went down, we looked at all of these core programs, especially the one with the green dots, because that means that it's strongly recommended. But when these core programs were evaluated, they looked at the 8 components of foundational literacy skills and structured literacy as outlined in the Georgia Literacy Bill Act. So our teachers and leaders at JES narrowed it down to 2 selections. That was McGraw-Hill Wonders and Savas. So once we looked at both of those, the teachers wanted number 1, McGraw-Hill Wonders. So that's what we're recommending this evening. So what's included in our purchase? It's a lot of materials included in this purchase. But the main thing that they all have in common is the teachers will have their teacher's editions as well as student consumable books. But if you look, you will see that we're getting a 1-year subscription, and it's a bundle for students. And it's estimated 2-year expense per student is $43.68. The good thing about this purchase, we are a new customer. So if you look at the very bottom, it was an additional cost for all classroom resources such as the big book, the decodables, and level readers. However, because we got a bundle, all of that was included in the packet. If you look at the next slide, you will see the research that was done by Ed Reports on Wonders, and it was rated in all greens. EdReports.org is a widely respected independent K-12 curriculum review organization, and it evaluated Wonders 2023 and rated it highly with all green scores across the literacy 3 gateways: text quality and complexity, building knowledge, and usability. So with that, our Wonders quote for our kindergarten through third grade students, as you can see, it will address our K through third grade students. The company did afford us the opportunity for free materials, and our final quote is $48,359.08, and this purchase will be out of our SPLOS funds, and this is also an action item this evening. Are there any questions? And board members, also I provided this additional information. You'll have the quote on top, but you will get a chance to see what's included in kindergarten packet, what's included in first, second, and third. So it's a very detailed packet of what those grade levels will be receiving. Yes, SPLOST funded is great. Yes, yes, ma'am, it is. It's great. It's SPLOST funded. Yes, ma'am.
I have a couple of questions.
Yes, ma'am.
With this purchase, can you tell me how many students, when you purchase, how many number of students that you ordered for each grade level?
Gosh, roughly, let me look at this quote right quick. Ms. King, I don't have that number in front of me, but I can bring it back to the executive session.
Okay.
Because I will have that exact number in my notes.
I have one other question. Okay, with this quote, I know you was talking about the first year and then the second year. This quote is for just for 1 year?
This quote is for 1 year only.
Okay.
And so next year will be lower because we won't be getting all the additionals, like the big books and all the additional resources that come with it the first time. That we will only be replenishing the student consumable books. That's what we'll be replenishing, the student books. So the cost will be much lower next year.
It's saying here that it's Wonders 2023.
Correct.
So my question to you is, was this created in 2023? Or is it now 2024? Are we getting old material, or are we this current?
This is a good question. The textbook materials are current because when they started with the House bill, they were looking at the House bill and what the requirements were. So all companies have been kind of working on their textbooks for a couple of years now because this has been talked about, especially when I go to my GASES instructional meetings. So it's been in the works for a while, so those book companies are always kind of 2 or 3 years ahead of us. So it meets the component. And so when they looked at those textbooks that they approved in the state of Georgia, they were highly rated. And so even if it was in 23, it was still, we could still use that book for years to come because that content will pretty much stay the same.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are there any other questions? Okay, I will now entertain a motion to approve the purchase of the Wonders literacy material.
I move the motion to approve the Wonders Literacy grant recommended by superintendent.
Second.
All right, the motion to approve the Wonders literacy material has been properly made by Ms. Blackshear and second by Ms. King. Is there any discussion? Okay, there are questions on the adoption of the motion to approve the Wonders literacy material. Those in favor, raise your hand. Opposed? The motion passes unanimously.
All right, thank you, board members.
Thank you. Mr. Howe?
Good evening, Board Chair Christopher, Vice Chair Rouse, board members, community members, present and virtually. Today we'll be talking about giving athletic updates at Twiz County for fall sports. Before we talk about that, we talk about our vision. It's generating excellence, one team, one goal. And our mission to inspire, challenge, and prepare all students to compete globally. And it aligns with our strategic goals, 2 and 3, excellence ahead, academics, facilities, opportunities, and doing things the Twiz way. First sport we'll talk about is football. Football, as you know, we have a new football coach this year, and the head coach is Roger Cummings. The offense coordinator is George Sneed. Defense coordinator Robert Cummings. Assistant is Darrell Hill. Assistant Brandon Sanders, and assistant Tony Bustos. As you can see, the football schedule that we have for the upcoming year, and our first official football game is August 16th, and our first home game will be August 23rd. Our cheerleading coaches this year is Mia Hunt and Caitlin Austin. And our softball coaches, Deonica Thorpe and William North. Do you have any questions?
Okay. I was looking for the softball schedule.
Yeah, softball schedule we gave you a copy of. We just got the schedule finalized last night.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other questions? I don't want you slacking this softball team.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We made sure we got it finalized last night and got to make sure everybody got a copy.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Howell.
Any questions?
No, thank you, Mr. Howell.
Yes, sir. All right.
Oh, you have,
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Okay, alternative school.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you,
Again, good evening, Board Chair Christopher, Vice Chair Rouse, Board members, community members present and virtual. Today we'll talk about Twiz County Cobra Academy. Before we discuss that, we'll talk about our vision, generating excellence, one team, one goal, and our mission to inspire, challenge, prepare all students to compete globally. Our strategic goal is to focus area is learning and wellness for all, growing and sustaining. Twiz County Cobra Academy for FY25 will be a little bit different this year. First of all, we talk about what Cobra is. Cobra is creating opportunities for building resilience and achievement. The mission of the Cobra Academy is to alternative learning programs to empower students in alternative placements by providing a supportive, innovative educational environment that fosters personal growth, resilience, and academic success. We are committed to nurturing each student's unique potential, promoting self-awareness, and developing life skills that prepare them for a successful future in and beyond the classroom. Through personalized learning approaches, community engagement, dedicated support, Cobra aims to transform challenges into opportunities for achievement and personal development. What is an alternative program? An alternative or non-traditional education schools or programs are an option for students who may experience difficulty in traditional setting. These students require creative, innovative, structural alternatives in a different educational setting. Sometimes when we hear about alternative routes, we think things are just bad. Sometimes we have to go a different route to get to our destination. Right now, our students that are in the alternative program have taken a route to end up in one place. However, they're going to take a different route to get back to the school. So some may come in August, some may come in October, some may come in December. But regardless, the main goal is to get back to their regular setting. How we will assist our students with alternative routes to return to Twiz County Middle High School. We'll schedule orientation with parents or guardians, school council, alternative program teachers, alternative program director, and the student to provide, discuss expectations and answer questions. Provide weekly counseling sessions in the alternative setting for each student to prepare to return to the traditional setting. Review grades, behavior, and attendance weekly with students, teachers, and alternative program director. Parents and guardians will be updated through mail, email, phone call, and or monitoring progress sheet sent home. In preparation to exit the Cobra Academy, a transition meeting will be scheduled. The alternative program director, alternative program teacher, parent, guardian, school counselor, school administrator, and the student will develop a plan to ensure a smooth transition back to the traditional setting. Once students have returned back to the traditional setting, a monthly meeting will be held with the counselor, school administrator, alternative program director, and the students to discuss progress and successful implementation of the transition plan. Now, once a student is enrolled into the alternative program, we'll contact the student, contact the parent, and schedule orientation date. The orientation meeting will include alternative program director, school counselor, alternative program teacher, school administrator, parents, guardians, and the student. During the orientation, the participants will discuss the reasons the student was assigned to the alternative program, ingenuity, grading procedure, attendance, behavior, and daily schedule. The school council will schedule weekly sessions with each student and develop positive ways to deal with negative behavior. Transportation will be offered by the school district. Parents and guardians are allowed to transport their students to and from the Cobra Academy. Dress code, students will follow the same dress code as outlined in the handbook at Twiz County Middle High School. And the entrance and exit will be at the old Jeffersonville Police Station. As you can see on the next page, will be our daily schedule. From 8:30 to 8:50, we check in and breakfast. From 8:50 to 9:40, ELA. From 9:40 to 9:50, restroom break. From 9:50 to 10:40, math. 10:40 to 11:30, science. 11:30 to 11:50, restroom break and lunch. 11:50 to 12:40, social studies. 12:40 to 1:30, electives. Students will complete their assignments using the Ingenuity curriculum. The teachers will provide additional support to students who may require it. Our teachers that we're looking to run this program, we're looking at two 49% teachers. Responsibilities include monitoring progress, behavior, attendance, offer academic assistance, and stakeholders communication. The first 49% teacher will work from 8 to 12. The second 49% teacher will work from 10 to 2. The 49% staffing plan supports our current budgetary requirements. So what we did was we actually had a collaboration with the transportation department, and we came with these 4 areas that we could pick up students throughout the community. Danville over at Bowens, Segota Road, Murphy's Gas Station, Dry Branch Old Post Office, and Weird Chapels Church. We have reached out to each of these places and got permission from everyone. After collaboration with the transportation department, the best pickup drop-off locations were determined for each school district zone. Parents and guardians will be offered transportation during orientation, and parents and guardians will be responsible to drop off and pick up their students at the designated location. Any questions?
Are there any questions?
Whereas this year, do we have a high turnout with our students being in alternative school? We have a lot of students.
Well, we don't have any come from the elementary. Our students serve from the middle of the high school.
Okay.
Yes.
Do we have a lot?
We had, this year we served 18 students. 18, but that was, some came in off and on, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So a lot of
18 was the highest.
18 was the highest, just all together that we served. So we had 8 students who exited the program in December. Then you had 3 students who actually exited in February.
Were they all in school suspension or just all alternative? Or they were mixed?
Well, at the previous location, it was mixed ISS and alternative together. But over here, it's just going to be alternative.
So you're saying with the 18?
No, the 18, that was the alternative. Yes, sir.
Are there any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Howell. At this time, we're going to move into executive session. We want to thank each one of you for being here, and special congratulations to all of our new leaders in your positions. At this time, I entertain a motion to approve, to move into executive session.
I'll make that motion.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Okay, the motion to move into executive session has been properly made by Ms. Stokes and second by Ms. Blackshear. Is there any discussion? Okay, the question is on the motion to move to executive session. All in favor, raise your hand. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. I get a motion to return from executive session?
So moved.
Okay, the motion to return from executive session has been properly made by Ms. Blackshear and second by Mr. Rouse. Is there any discussion? Okay, the question is on the adoption of the motion to move to return from executive session. All in favor, raise your hand. A motion passes unanimously. At this time, I entertain a motion to accept the superintendent's recommendation for the 3 new hires and the 1 resignation. The new hires 5123, 4874, and 5079, and the 1 resignation 3215. Can I get a motion to accept the superintendent's recommendation? 50. Okay, 5023. 5023. Thank you, sir. So can I get a motion to accept the superintendent's recommendation for the new hires and the 3 new hires and the 1 resignation?
I move to approve the 3 hires and 1 resignation.
Okay. Second? All right, the motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation for the new hires and the 1 resignation has been properly made by Ms. King and second by Mr. Rouse. Is there any discussion? Okay, the question is on the adoption to approve the superintendent's recommendation for the 3 new hires and the 1 resignation. All in favor, raise your hand. Okay, the motion passes unanimously. Mr. Superintendent, do you have any other business to need to discuss?
Mr. Chair, we've exhausted our agenda for tonight.
Okay. This meeting is now adjourned.